Hello, my fellow adventurers! This is Mloentje, and welcome back to Throne and Liberty. Guys, in the previous episode, we went through the complete questline of the Tower of Greed. It was a doozy and pretty interesting, but like I said in the previous episode, too many loading screens to make it really interesting, to make it a smooth progress throughout the tower, I would say. But we need to do the tower for resources that we will need for a new system in the game, guys. Now, a while back, we had made an episode when they actually implemented the new system for artifacts, where the search criteria came along, right? And then material transmutation, and we got like Dala stones we could check out, and then we could actually check like what we want, and really interesting system to like better min-max your the artifacts that you have, to see like these are useful, these are not useful. But then again, there were still limitations to the whole artifact system, because there is still RNG behind it. And I back then I said there's gonna be people who play Throne of Liberty for 5 to 10 years and never ever get to min-max their artifacts, simply because their RNG, their luck on the drops they get, will not be good enough. A better system would be one where we could implement the traits into an artifact of our choice, being able to actually like gather the trait that we need and then implement that trait into the artifact. Today we have a crafting system for artifacts, guys. Let's see how this works. So while crafting, you convert artifact substats or increase their value. First, select an artifact to craft. Okay. You can select one stat to convert or upgrade. Okay, makes sense. Select the growth stat to upgrade and convert stats to convert. So there's only a couple things to do, right? So, Greed Seeker Talistone. Humanoid, bonus damage. Heavy attack chance, magic heavy attack chance, check. And now we got max damage, 3 to 6. Bonus damage. So this is everything that I can basically get out of the perks, and I can just select one. That is more simple than I ever could have made it. So we wanna... Max damage is basically more healing. 3 to 6. Oh my god! We need a lot of resources, guys. 100 Marint ore, okay. But then 70 relics. That is a lot. I can't even do that. I'm gonna need to play the tower to actually be able to do this. Okay, so I looked through all the rewards, guys, counted them, and my math says 155. So if we need 70 to actually slot in a new... let's say this one, and we want to slot in another stat, right? 70. We get 150 a month. That is way too high. You have to realize that every like, let's say you have the worst, but then the worst build ever. Like, not one of your stats. You're a beginning player, right? Now, I do realize this has to be end game, so it now has to be done in one day. I do understand that. But let's say you just started the game, you just picked up your first artifacts, and nothing actually is fitting in, right? And you do want to start working on it. That means, well, we got 6 artifacts, all with 3 stats on them. If you can only change 2 stats a month, that means, well, a year and a half. That means like tier 4 is gonna be here before you're done with your artifacts. So, yeah, that's way too expensive. Now, it also says upgrading. So if you look at a stat that is not fully leveled up yet, for instance, CC resistance, healing, CC resistance, collision resistance. Like, this is pretty much the stats that I want on this one. Like, these are the stats that I want, but I want higher CC resist. And now we can see the highest CC resist is 40, right? So if you click on this, it's 28. So it's lower to upgrade your stats. Okay, that's good. We get 5% chance that it's gonna be 20, 34% chance that it's gonna be 26, 31% chance that it's gonna be 33, 28% chance that it's gonna be 40. making me think that if I invest the 28 and I actually change it, I might end up with 20 again. I might be lucky and get like 33 resist, but the next time I try it, there's a 5% chance I get back to 20. So it's not even a 100% chance that you can upgrade it. And this is where they let us pick the stats, guys. So in that way, they remove the RNG of trying to get the stats on your artifacts. So that's kind of a leeway they're giving us. Like, yeah, you can just pick the stats that you want. It's gonna make it really easy, right? You always have the right stats as long as you pay the cost, which is 70, which is way too high. But then if you want to upgrade, it still remains a chance. Like, I really wonder if I'm lucky and I get 33 and I roll again to try and get that 40. Is it possible that I get 20 or 26, that I go lower after that? That way, if people are, again, really unlucky, they really are not gonna be able to min-max for the rest of their gaming experience. And by the amount of relic analysis that we are getting from the tower, the 155, like, that means we can do 5 changes or we can do 5 upgrades attempts per month, and we can do 2 changes per month. That needs to lower, guys. I would say, to make it interesting, or you're gonna give more relics from the tower. That would fix it as well. I would say for the 150 relics that we get every month, 155, but yeah, it might be 150. My math is not always there. I would say 25 to actually pick the stats. That means you can change 6 stats in a month. We have what, 18 stats in total? So if you can change 6 stats a month, even if you get all horrible, that still means 3 months that you're gonna need to farm the tower to get all the stats that you want. That's 3 months of work to just get all the stats that you want, if you're really unlucky, right? And not get any of the stats that you actually need, right? But then, if you do get the stats, I don't need to change anything, but I am gonna need to try and upgrade it. And with the percentage, I might be unlucky and never get it to 40. We need to calculate that cost on top of the cost of actually being able to change the stats, right? You want to change a stat, but it's not going to be automatically the highest level. You have a chance, but it's not going to be the highest level. So you might actually have to invest more. And that way, the cost is going to be 100 or 130, 160, 190 to actually get one stat done, right? With 150, that's 2 months to get one stat if you're really unlucky. So the amount needs to, or we need to get more out of the tower, or the amount needs to lower. I would say 15 to try and upgrade it, and 25 to change it. Even let's say with 150 that we get, let's say 30 to change it, and then 15 to actually try and upgrade it. That way it would still take us for one build, because again, most players do play multiple builds, and every build has their specific setup. So getting your builds min-maxed is still gonna take you a year, even if they lower the cost, guys. So for now, I would not say that the Tower of Greed is worth it. And min-maxing your account, honestly, guys, it's not gonna make you the best player out there. It's not gonna make you survive a whole lot more. Honestly, I can say I got 2000 collision resist. I still get pushed off. There's always, and I do mean always, a 17.2% chance of stuff happening to you. Stuns, sleeps, fears, collisions, anything in this game has a 17.2% chance. So that 60 collision that might become 120 collision is not really gonna make my account that much better, right? Because there's always a chance. There is no 100% immunity versus anything in this game, which is kind of sad. But that's a whole other train of thought, guys. For now, guys, Tower of Greed It's fun. Loading screens need to go. Way less loading screens. And then we need or more relics from the Tower of Greed, or the cost of the relics need to go down before I actually say, okay, I'm gonna start investing into this. Because it's not worth my time, honestly, at this point in the game. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this episode here, guys. If you want to see more of my quest progression on my Let's Play here in Throne and Liberty, or any other game that I might be playing on my channel, just hit that subscribe button. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.